1, 2, 3.
Hey, DM!
Oh. Hey. Hey.
Oh god.
Welcome to the board of many things.
Yeah, we are streaming.
That's all I got so far.
Okay.
And playing.
I wanted to show you. I didn't get a chance to show you this, but like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
similar to what you saw.
Huh?
Okay.
So it was in fact. I think you know already.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
Oh, I'm just showing. I had a picture that I'd found that matched kind of what I was imagining for one of the visions Shin got, so I thought I'd show him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Woo. Hi guys. We're back on.
Stop.
We back?
Yeah, we
We're
were
up
back
and-
like a minute ago.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for stuff in here because you guys wanted to go places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Green tent. Green tent.
Green tent first.
What was the green tent?
The green tent is the one with the silver deer.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's
Wait,
go.
do we need a recap? For 45 minutes, all of them were like, shit, I need to theorize about everything.
No, they made grilled cheese.
That too.
We stopped for lunch and they discussed theories on what they thought their visions were, which was fun. I enjoyed that. I love seeing you guys squirm. Okay.
Great.
So you guys are back. You've just exited this disappearing purple tent. Looking around, you can't get a proper feel for what time it is, but based on what you can assume safely that it's probably getting a little bit closer to supper time.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually nighttime will roll around and they'll start packing up and stuff. You've got your same kind of menagerie of different stalls and little shops and stuff. There's still the two tents, the green tent with the silver banner of a deer, and the kind of plain brown wool tent with the monk's hood sign outside of it. Where are we going? What we doing?
Green tent first?
Green tent first.
Yep.
Green tent first. Wonderful.
Anyone coming with us?
I want to go to Alto.
Pato. Okay.
Sure, I'll follow you guys.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are going to the
Yes.
green tent then. Let's go Baz first. Yeah, we'll get you done and then we'll go over to the green tent just in case you want to join back up with them. Okay. So you walk into the thing and stuff. Otto is actually standing behind the counter at this point. You've never met him before, but it's a cluttered shop. Like there's stuff. There's rubber duckies and little stone figurines and bags and just random assortment of objects.
Darn it.
They're not dolls, Mom.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
No, stop, that's copyrighted.
And Otto glances up and he's like paging through like a little magazine type thing,
Okay.
right? And he looks up at you and he goes,
Can I roll to see what
Baz
it is?
Benham!
I want to roll to see what the
magazine is?
I'm
yeah,
sorry, you just
roll
completely
roll
ignored-
perception.
You ignored the fact that this person that you've never met before knows your name.
And greeted you kindly.
16.
16, yeah. It's a little booklet on dragon scale cleaning.
Okay.
Okay, he goes up and he goes, Baz Benham, my favorite short man, how can I help you?
I reach into my fanny pack and grab a business card. I zip him up and I hand it to him. Good day, sir.
Addo takes his own business card out
Oh, perfect.
and gives it to you.
Finally.
And it has the silver scales. There's like a white background, the silver scales, and silver scales, splendorless sails. On the opposite side is black, with a 7-pointed star that says, and other acquirities.
Okay. How do you trust some porn star?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's add 2 more points. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I take it, put it in my fanny pack, and what have you got for me?
Oh, let me see. And he disappears into the back room, and you hear rummaging and the clatter of things falling and stuff. Like, this dude is digging through things. Like, you hear glasses break, and he goes, "Oh shit!" And he keeps going through, rummaging through all this stuff, and he comes out, and he has a little toy rattle with him. And he hands it over and he says, I think you might like this one. He says, give it a rattle. Give it a rattle. Give it a rattle. Rattle a little bit. Come on. Just a little. Just the tiniest little micro. Come on. Come on, you know you want it. Rattle it. Rattle the rattle. Rattle the
I'll
rattle.
take it and I'll rattle it.
The second you rattle it, an entire mariachi band. You get the full out, like, you rattle this thing, like, just the slightest hint of movement. Right? And just, you hear this nice little music starts up from it and stuff. Dun, 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 and stuff like, and it plays. And it's got like an entire orchestra playing this mariachi thing and stuff, and he says, oh, I love this one. Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it?
I like it, but it's not for me.
Fine. He takes it back. He says, just put this here. And the mariachi starts playing like
Like
over the, like, if you're in a supermarket and you hear over the intercoms and stuff, like that's what sort of happens and stuff. It's like, I love this song. And he goes back into the back. You hear rummaging again. And he comes out and he's got two things with him. He's got a little rubber ducky, carved out of stone.
So it's not rubber anymore.
It's like a little rubber duck looking thing, but it's made out of stone, right? And he puts it down, and he has in the other hand a like stick of wood, like a small plank of wood.
Okay.
I don't understand your guys. You
And
are
he
all
puts
right.
he puts the stick down and he says, "Which one do you want to start with?"
The stick, please.
This is perfect for shoving up your ass. No.
No.
No, he doesn't. He picks it up and he says, funny little contraption, this one. And he goes, staff. And the thing into this long wooden staff. And he twirls it around and he shakes it again. And he goes back to its little stick thing and he says, sword. Wooden sword pops out. Right? And he says, any weapon you can think of, it can make.
Does it have to be a weapon? Let me try. I gotta
He tosses it over, the little stick reverts back.
Oh no.
It grows a couple inches.
Do I have to say this out loud?
Yes.
No.
Unfortunately, it cannot read your mind.
I'm sorry, Jason's reaction is too fun.
Soap. Dunk.
It forms, it goes, and it kind of shimmers for a second like it's confused, and then it goes into a soap basin. Rather than like an actual bar of soap, it likes something to hold a bar of soap.
Defective, here you go. I hand it back to him.
It makes things you can use, not things that are...
Soap you can use. Smell me. I smell good, don't I?
Oh god.
Smells.
I know.
Maybe the other one will interest you then. He puts the stick down, he grabs up this little stone over there, and he says, catch. And he throws it to you.
I catch it. Wait. I got 11. I catch it.
Yep, you catch
I
it.
catch it.
You catch it and immediately fall to the floor as this thing weighs this thing weighs as much as like you imagine a car would weigh. Okay, like
My
that's
hand?
the closest. That's the closest I can think. It weighs a ton, and he says, "Lighten up, would you?" And it goes, and it's like carrying a feather. He says, it changes weights. Useful if you need to sink something.
I think you should get it too.
I think you should have gotten the first one, but hey, that's just
I could be such a dick with that move. I want it so bad. I'm gonna take it. How much is it?
5 gold.
Okay. I'll give him a 5 gold. As I hand it back to him. What did he say for it to make it go heavy?
Lighten up. He said lighten up for it to go thing. But he hands you a little thing. So the keywords you can change. His keywords he has set right now. Lighten up makes it lighter. And catch makes it heavier.
Okay. Catch. As he has it in his hand.
Yeah. you see his hand dip slightly, and he holds it like it's nothing.
Dick!
Fine.
Okay.
This man is great.
No, but he kind of like it's like it weighs nothing, even though you said the keyword and stuff, and he like drops it onto his desk, and it falls through his desk. Right, and it cracks under his floorboards, and he's like, "Oh, damn it!" And he picks it up off the ground once again, like it's nothing, and says, "Lighten up," and then he tosses it onto a different part of his desk, and it skitters, and it does nothing.
Baz is like.
Nice.
It's a beautiful laugh. It's a beautiful laugh. It does.
Stick.
Anything else I can interest you in?
Stick. Anything else you can think of? Oh wait, here. I wanna. Reese. I'm gonna take off the heart locket and hand it to him. And do you work with magic?
Among other things, yes.
Do you think you could try to take the magic off of this?
He kind of lifts it up and stuff, and he says, "I know someone who can."
Okay.
And he gives it back to you, and he pulls out a different business card. And this one is older. Far, far, far older than the one he handed you. Like, his was, like, sleek and modern and stuff. This one's, like, less business card, more like scrap of paper.
Okay.
Right? And it has on it, Mistress Maeve, Everseen Tower. He says, "I believe you already know who this one belongs to.
No.
I think she can help."
Well, I can tell you right now. It's a fake card. It's actually for Garfield the Cheese Warlock! Okay.
I'll put my little locket back on and tuck it underneath my thing. And then I'll just walk out. I'm done.
Okay, he says, "Bye!"
And I turn around, bye! And like mocking him kind of thing.
Oh no.
He blows you a kiss. Mwah.
I take it and I crumple it. I like crushed it.
Why?
And he goes, "Oh."
Don't be mean to
And then I blow him another one.
And he goes, flips you off as you walk away. And then he laughs again. He goes, "No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
and then you hear from his tent.
Oh my gosh. Atro's silver scales is just so aggressive. Passive aggressive.
And you exit the shop.
And then I'll
stuff.
catch up with these guys.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. You went second for the fortune telling?
Yeah.
Leaf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you would have had enough time to get over to Addo and get back by the time kids got out. So you do catch back up with them. Are we frozen again?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Best face.
That's a good face to have.
10 out of 10
frozen
My
face.
on.
smile.
Maybe just like quick turn, press the eye.
Stop. Why
On
did you
video.
hit my laptop?
Is it because we're sharing with Tabik?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Oh.
Maybe.
We might have to cut off sharing, and you might have to just
Watch
Do,
through Twitch. That's
watch
fine.
through Twitch, because I
Yeah.
don't think
I'll
it's...
just be confused by a couple seconds.
How do I?
Go to the plus sign.
Which isn't... It's not too bad.
Yeah,
Stop sharing.
the leg isn't too bad.
Sorry, guys. I noticed that a little bit earlier when I was talking in Otto and stuff, but it was like a glance by and stuff, and I thought it was just behind us. But okay.
Yeah. It might take a bit, but it should.
We'll
hopefully
hope that
start
it
working.
we'll hope that it grabs back in. If not,
Yeah.
I guess you're just gonna have to listen to me, damn,
And watch
It's a
that
podcast
sweet,
now.
and
sweet
look at my
smile.
beautiful, beautiful face.
I like that face. That face is pretty great.
Ah, yeah. Well, no, that is...
Okay, so you guys are going to the green tent, correct?
Yes, green tint.
Okay. You make your way to the front of the tent. Standing in front of the tent is a burly man. And he's got like, are you kidding me?
No, he's taking a picture of your frozen face.
You could just wait and rewatch the stream and take a screenshot.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Now is better.
Sure. Standing outside of this is a kind of burly looking man. He's got like a wolf pelt
Like Skyrim wolf pelt? Or
tied around his thing. And like this thing, he's a big dude. This thing is like big fucking wolf. Like this is dire wolf sized.
Mm.
Right? And he's got it wrapped around his thing like a cloak almost.
Yeah.
And he's standing there. He's got a sword at his hilt, at his side and stuff. And he He looks up at you guys as you approach. He says, "What do you want?"
What do you want? Oink.
He narrows his eyes at you.
Nah, I'm just playing. I think we're gonna go in, guys. Yeah.
No. How about you wait this fucking cotton picking second? Not in
What
fucking.
We demand to look at your goods.
Please. Manners, young lady.
Manners.
Our goods. You want to look at our goods?
Sorry, sir. Shh. Manners, young lady.
Bite me.
Please. But please, after you say things.
I do not understand, Mr. Banham.
We'll talk later. Sorry, sir. Continue. Please.
Thank you. He looks a little bit miffed. He
Sir,
says,
I'm looking for a specific object.
Could you help us? Please.
Oh.
Mr. Banham, could you please shut up?
Thank
You're
you for
looking.
using your manners.
That doesn't... You didn't shut
I'll
up.
give him a second to argue. Argue. Go ahead.
No,
Good
I'm done
role-playing.
with him.
Oh,
I
okay.
demand your services.
You're
Please. And I kind of like give like a to Charlotte. I hit her on the back of the head a little bit, but lightly, not
the
not
thing
too
that
hard.
everyone does to Baz.
Yeah,
I hit him.
I hit her
That's
back.
Okay, Kizza in the most... Okay, I'm gonna try to do my mom voice.
Wait, can Shin go up behind both of them and smack them both upside the head?
Okay, Kizza turns around, and in the most mom voice, I'm gonna attempt to do this, turns and just looks them dead in the eyes, every single one of them at the same time. You don't know how she does it, but she looks all of you in the eyes at the exact same time and goes, "Stop it!"
Please.
And then she drop kicks Baz.
And Baz flies into a stall.
The dude standing in front of this giant wolf pelt covered man, he does not look like he's like bored almost by this. Like he's seen people fight a lot around them. And
Do
stuff.
you see what I mean?
You're looking for something then.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you come to the right place. And he kind of moves to the side and he opens a flap. And he kind of gestures and he says,
Is this the Thieves Guild? Sorry.
and he says, "Come on in."
Please, Jesus Christ! No one has manners.
Did you
says-
hear Shin in the noble houses? I think he has manners.
Well, you didn't speak when I was having a fit.
Maybe you can keep me company, dwarf.
If you use your manners, of course.
I wasn't asking politely.
Well, you should. It's very polite to ask with manners.
Mr. Banham, I think he is forcing you to stay outside because you're being an asswipe.
Sorry.
The man, he doesn't like chuckle so much as like his chest slightly moves. And he points at Charlotte and he goes, "What she said."
I will politely shush my mouth if I'm allowed to go inside.
Good. The Lord doesn't like people who run their mouths. And he gestures back towards the room and
Thank you.
says, "You can go in now."
Okay.
Thank
Watson.
you.
Okay. You walk into this room. And the first
Did you try to
I
wink at
tried,
me?
and it was like,
the first thing you
Just,
notice
like,
about
flip.
this room is that it's set up less like a tent in a marketplace would be, and more like a movable, almost like an army camp, like a tactical tent. There's a long oval table with chairs set around it. There's a couple of like standing pillars that have been erected up to keep this tent up. There's a brazier at the back that's keeping it warm. There's a couple of like guards almost, like
It's a circus.
burly looking men standing around guarding and stuff, and sitting around this table are a collection of 7 ranging people. They're elves, a majority of them, except for one who is a half elf, and he sits at the head of the table, and they're all done in green finery, and they've all got a kind of little like circlet around their head, all of which bear like they're made to look like antlers almost around their head. And the half elf, looks up at you guys as you enter and he says, "Sit, please."
And I sit.
Okay, you sit down.
I do
I
that.
think we're all sitting down.
Yeah, we all sit down.
Okay, wonderful. You take a seat up and stuff. And he says, "What can the Wild Hunt do for you?"
It is a thieves guild.
No, it's not.
And make it a thieves guild.
No one.
I forgot what we're doing here.
Oh, I'm looking for a certain object, and I was wondering if you could help me find it.
We find things easily. What, may I ask, are you looking for?
I am looking for a rock. I was gonna try and describe it.
He kind of nods and like gestures like, "Go on."
1, 2, 3, 4. How many are there? 6 of us? 6 rocks. I'm looking for 6 rocks.
There's 5 of you.
5 rocks. I'm looking for 5 rocks. I believe they're called Rocky Talkies.
The man, like, you hear one of the elves around this thing. He gives like a snort and covers his mouth with it. And the half elf, like he lifts an eyebrow and stuff, and he looks like, "Are you serious?" Like he's got that look in his face. He says, "If it exists, we can find it."
I want to butt in. I'm sorry for the rudeness
Oh God.
this child that we must bring, but we were just wondering how you're doing. How are you? 'Cause we
Mr.
don't-
Vanham lies.
No, we don't have a purpose here. We just wanted to know what this tent was.
Mr.
No,
Vanham
no.
lies. I'm looking for the object, and I was wondering if you could help me find it.
Okay. The half elf kind of he like laces his fingers together and he nods slightly at you guys' words. He says, "We can find it for you. In answer to the dwarf's question, we are what is known as the Wild Hunt. And if anyone would like to, you guys can roll history. Let's see if you guys know what the Wild Hunt is."
Probably not. Yeah, that's a 4.
Nope.
Nat 20 plus
Yeah.
3, 23.
18.
I also got a 4.
Okay. Jasper?
14.
Okay, well, Mr. Baz over here, you've heard.
Yeah, I do.
You've heard of the Wild Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
And the things you've heard are not good things.
That's why
Like,
I was very
They're
scared.
they're scary things, okay? The Wild Hunt is a group of elves, most commonly they're referred to as elves. Technically, they are fae.
Ooh.
And they make deals to find things wherever they may be hiding, wherever they may be,
Hey, I came to look
across
at guys.
planes. Like, they'll find stuff in the material world, they'll find stuff in the Feywild, the Shadow Realms, they'll find things anywhere you want them,
Oh, I could get
if
an
you
actual
pay them-
walkie-talkie then.
the right price.
No.
You don't make deals with the Fae.
Yeah, and that is
Why
one
not?
thing, that is one
Because-
thing you've heard. Deals with the Fae are often trickery. Like, you have to be very, very careful when you make a deal with the Fae. Because they like to mix words. They like to cheat people out of things. What you've heard of the Wild Hunt, if people go into a deal with them and they don't know what they're doing, it can often end up with them dead or enslaved by the Wild Hunt. So if you want to find something, there is no better person to ask, but it comes at a cost.
I'm still looking for it.
Wait. But only Baz knows this, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know it.
I'm
Baz,
gonna-
no,
I'm gonna-
Kizza, you've heard the occasional rumor of a group called the Wild Hunt. You've seen them actually once before. When you were out in the woods and stuff with your wolf family. You saw this group in passing. And they ride horses made of actual shadow.
Oh, that's cool.
and they pass through, and they don't look like they're actually there. Like, you've seen them ride past occasionally, as they hunted something down, but you've never, like, quite see them. It's like looking out a window that's, like, tinted. You can kind of see, but the image is too blurry to make them out properly. But you do know that they're ruthless in tracking things.
Would I know
Can I-
anything important?
You've heard some things. Not a lot of them are good things. You did hear of one dwarf who asked them to track down a man for him, and that he promised them something in return. You know that they found the man, they brought the man to him, and the man was dead. Beaten and dragged through the woods by the wild hunt. And you know that the dwarf was not heard from again. You know, the wild
Can I
hunt is
leave the
not
tent?
something you do lightly.
They're leaving the tent.
Yeah, it's-
Baz is gonna elbow Charlotte right in the pressure point area, like right here-ish.
Ow!
And then I'm gonna look at her, and I'm gonna go, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to leave now. I'm sorry to intrude on everything, but here's my business card if you ever want to get in touch with me. Give them one of my business cards, right? And then I close it back up, and I'm like, if you...
Okay, so this half elf man, who you can tell is actually half fey. Now that you
Yes.
look at him, this half fey man, he takes and he says, "That's been him. Be in touch."
You don't really have to.
You're also not supposed to give the Fae your name.
That's not my name. That's my cousin. Thanks for telling me now, Dylan.
It's basic Fae mythology. You're not supposed to make deals with the Fae, and you're not supposed to give them your name because names have power.
Yeah, names are a big thing
And
for
personal
a fey.
information, probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
This is my. Oh my god. This is my code name, but the actual Baz Benham. And I like take it like I don't know. I have a parchment. I don't have.
Gosh.
I'll take out another. Like I'll take the business card back and I have a pencil, right?
No.
We'll say you have a charcoal.
I
I
have
think
a
you have a
charcoal.
few quills too.
You'd have a
I do
quill
have a
and
few
charcoal.
quills.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
You have the ones you stole.
I'm gonna like scratch it out, and then I'm gonna write. What's his name? Sorry. One second.
Shin. You're gonna write Shin.
If you write down my name, I will fucking kill you.
No,
You also don't know Shin's full name, so
I write down, Fairnessa Banham, and I give it back, and I go, she wants something that no one in this world can give her. Trust me. And I look him dead in the eyes.
This is great.
I look at him and I'm like, you get in touch with her. She needs you. And I walk the tent. I walk out of the tent.
Holy shit!
I think Shin's gonna take it like as a idea of how bad of a situation they're in that Baz left.
Can I get a perception roll from people? Still in
Oh.
the tent, because Baz, you left before this.
19.
19?
Well, 20 if you add my modifier. Actually, no, 22.
Sorry, perception?
Yeah, perception roll.
20 including my modifier.
11.
Okay, Jasper?
Jasper left.
Jasper left.
Oh, yeah, Tabik left before Baz even started.
Yeah.
My apologies. I thought
Tabik
we
was
were
just
still on.
like,
The wrong dice.
You see a flicker in their faces. Like, they look like regular elves and stuff, other than the fact that they've called themselves a wild hunt. You probably wouldn't know that they were Fae. You don't actually know that they are the wild hunt, the Fae and stuff. You guys see a flicker in their faces though, and it's like the illusion, right? There's like an illusion or something on them, and it seems to like ripple, and you get a glimpse at what they look like underneath, and they are long-eared and pointed teeth and black eyes
Is it your family?
and silver hair.
No, my family's Drow. I think that's Adron's family.
And and you see the half fae in front of you. when this thing happens, the elf-looking ones, they all have the long ears and the pointed teeth and the black eyes and the silver hair. This half-fae, his face flickers, and his face isn't there. It's a skull.
Sorry.
It is a skull, and it is not like a skeleton skull. It is like a gold-plated skull.
I just directed them to my wife. Hell yeah.
And he's got the same ears, and he's got the ears and the teeth and everything, but like his actual face is golden. And as this flickering stops and they return to their kind of natural visage that you guys had seen, he narrows his eyes and it says, "You've been in contact with us."
Who are you talking to?
He looks around at you three still in the tent. He says, "Unfortunately, we cannot make a deal with you now.
Why not?
Our people,
I can hardly hear you, so I don't know if the stream can hear you. You're
our
too quiet.
people, they take
It did
deals.
freeze.
Our people take deals very seriously. And unfortunately, we cannot enter into a contract with you, another deal, when you already hold one with one of our kind."
Oh,
He
high
says,
five, we're so smart.
"We wish you all the best." Get
Wow, this is so cool!
I hope they please tell me
Get
to go
out.
after my wife. Please tell me that you're going to go after my wife.
Hey, you walked out.
There, Nessica need a big fat dick.
Anyway, Shin's leaving.
Tavik is gone. He's gone.
Oh, I had something to say before you said that.
I broke Reese, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
The second you pulled it out, that's all I could think about. That's all it...
Oh my gosh.
I don't want porn of my wife.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna warn you now, that's not the way they're gonna take this. If they do go after your wife, it's not gonna be friendly.
Good.
Do you want your wife dead?
You heard it here first, folks. Baz wants his wife dead.
That's not where I want her dead. It's more like I want her to feel the pain that Baz feels.
So death. Okay.
They better not hurt my
You're
No.
what now? You're what now?
He walked out of the tent. It shouldn't matter.
Okay.
It's a nice ceiling.
So Shin, you get up and you leave. Charlotte and Kizu, you guys, what are you doing? He said to get out of his tent now. He can't make a deal with you guys.
I'd still like to know if
No, Danny, no.
Danny, just leave.
Danny, leave.
if you'd be able to find them.
Of course we can. There is nothing that can hide from us.
What about another Fae?
That's a good point.
Leave.
Leave the fucking tent.
Fuck.
What?
Want to say anything else?
I'm debating.
I'm gonna roll this now. Hang on a second.
Oh no.
Are you rolling a strength check?
Yeah.
To pull Charlotte out of the tent?
24.
Oh yeah, no, you fucking yank her out of this thing as you leave.
No. I'm not yanking her out. I'm throwing her over my shoulder, fireman
figured
style, and walking.
Okay, yeah, no, you...
Can you stop, please?
As you guys go to leave, Charlotte, Kiza has you slung over her shoulder, right? So you're still facing back, and as the flap, just before the flap goes to close, you see the half-elf raise a hand to one of the guards around the center, and he hands him a small card. And you hear, because you've got very good hearing, you hear, "Fetch her." And then he sits back in this chair and kind of crosses his arms like I'm sitting right now, right? And he watches you go, and he smiles. And the door closes behind him.
What have you done to us?
Okay.
I'm just.
Hey, Baz.
Don't mind me. I'm
Hey,
gonna cross
Baz.
out someone on my list.
Hey, Baz.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought they meant me. Okay. Okay, we're good. I was like, wait a minute, why are they gonna kidnap me? I just walked out.
No.
I was actually just carried out.
Okay, so I want to go
you're
to
happy.
the.
No, hold on. Hold on.
Really bad, but fuck her.
Kizza, can you put me down?
I consider. Roll me.
You don't know.
Roll
who I
me,
told her to pick.
Turn me
I
to
put her
so
across
I
my
can
list.
face
I don't care.
Mr. Banham.
Oh, okay. I turn around. So that my back.
How far am I looking down on this man now?
Oh yeah, no, you're fucking. You don't even have to like lift your head. Like you can rest your chin on the back of Kizza's thing and just
I'm
look
just
down
like-
at him.
Like, very... Mr. Banham. Who was that?
His name's Steve. You used to go to college together?
No, No, the person...
Sorry.
No.
Funny name, Steve.
The one that you wrote on the card?
Did I say it out loud?
Baronessa?
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you said it.
You did?
No one you need to know.
Well, they know now.
Okay.
They're gonna get that Banham.
Good job for my last name. That's my last name. Good job.
Cool. You guys are back on this market.
Yeah.
I want to go to the brown tent.
Brown tent? The monk's hood?
Why do you
Yeah.
have fruit flies?
Awesome.
Go.
Oh wait, I'm shouting, but where can I find them?
To the wild hunt tent?
Yeah,
There's no reply.
yeah, I figured.
Okay. You guys make your way across to the large tent. A lot of the shops are starting to close up and stuff. You notice Silver Scales is gone.
Mhm.
It has gone by now. You make your way over to this little monk's hood and stuff, and there's a couple of like lit torches outside of it, and it's actually getting louder in here.
Huh.
And you guys open the flap to this tent, and it's a small like little square tent and stuff. You could probably fit 4 or 5 people in it.
Mhm.
You open the flaps to this, and you enter into a tavern.
Huh.
Sorry, it's the monk.
The monk's hood.
Okay, cool.
Tess is getting his drink on.
And
Am I still being carried by you?
Yeah.
you enter through the flaps in this tent, and they close behind you and morph back into wall. And you are standing on a balcony overlooking a large, like, pit of tables. Like, there's 70 tables easy, and this place is full. And you see all along the walls parts of the walls are opening up, and people are entering in. You see glimpses of different cities and different areas and stuff through them. There is a large...
Can I roll to see if I know any of the cities?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll a perception check. Go ahead. You guys can see if you know any of them. You can see if you see any of them.
18, man.
Same.
18?
Yeah.
18.
I got a 4.
I got a 4 too.
Yeah.
22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, perception. 14? Okay, so 22,
Yeah.
14,
18.
18. Okay. So you two don't really catch them. You're too busy looking out over the sea of things. Like, this tent is, like, fucking humongous on the inside.
Mhm.
Right?
I look over Kizza's shoulder because I have a taller height advantage.
You do manage to catch a glimpse at a couple of these opening wall doors. You see 3 cities. You see one city of shimmering glass, flower beds and stuff, overlooking, and it looks into what looks like a range of mountains stretching out on both sides, over kind of like a bushy hill area. There are layered gardens.
Sounds very pretty.
It's gorgeous. Like, this is a really, really nice place. You see one door open up into what looks like a bustling bazaar or marketplace in this kind of desert town, this desert city. There is at one side a tall tent. not tent. No, sorry, that's a different place. You see a tall tower that reaches up, completely cylindrical, not like a window in surface, nothing at all. I just said no thing.
Yeah.
A large set of double doors set into it. This thing stretches up past cloud level until you cannot see it anymore. You see it's looking down a street, hanging colors and stuff create like a walkway free from the sun. Merchants and stuff. Like, this place is big as fuck. And you see in the third door a city on the side of like a rising mountainscape, jungles rising up from it, and sandstone buildings in this little city with a dock overlooking a sea. And the walls close together, and you get no more.
You know, I was really happy it's not yakking, but now I'm scared because of you. You look very scared.
No, I'm not scared. I just. Do you guys not remember anything? Holy crap.
Neither of you know about each other. They didn't see your vision. You didn't see the wall.
Yeah.
So you guys have just caught
Yeah.
cool looking city in a jungle.
I don't remember whose
city from
thing
my
was
vision.
the glass,
Where are you
but
from?
somebody's
Where are
was
you
the
from?
glass, and I'm just like, oh, hey,
Oh, I get it now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I explained something to him, and then he's like,
To
"Oh,
be fair, apparently I didn't write down your thing, so...
yeah, apparently."
I would say I
I just
definitely.
sent the link to all the notes.
Yeah, but
If it'll send properly.
okay.
Yes, you enter
Can we
into this.
enter through any of them? Does it look like do they close immediately after someone enters? Or...
Oh, they like the people walk through, and as they go, it starts to furl
Close.
behind them and
Okay.
close into like a regular wall. And you see like a couple of different sections open up, one after another. They all lead to a different place, right? So they enter in, but they don't. You don't see anyone exiting. There's a large set of like square, double wooden doors at one end of the bar that people seem to be using to leave. But there's like a small lineup to get out.
Does like the places that like where the doors are, do they have the names of the places on top or no?
No, it's just random sections of wall that open up
And then one more thing:
on this balcony.
is there any music playing, and where's the stage?
There is music playing. There is no stage. There is the sound of like a low kind of humming chant almost. And
What?
actually, I need to know what languages you guys speak, because I need to know if any of you can understand this.
Common, Dwarvish, Demonic.
Okay.
Elven and common.
Common, Draconic, and Elvish.
Common.
Yeah. Okay, I know you're. What does Tabak speak?
Primordial.
Oh yeah, Primordial and Dwarvish and Common. Okay. Okay, so Kiza would know.
Okay.
It's Draconic, so it is Draconic. But it's a low kind of Draconic song, and they're singing about whoever's singing or whatever. They're singing about a long battle at the base of a mountain, and a field of silver and red.
Fun.
There's like the beat of
His
drums,
blood sheds.
and like a fiddle being played and stuff with it, but you guys can't actually see any musicians. There is a large bar in the center of this kind of low down tavern area, and currently stood behind it is what looks like a monk man. Like, he's got the plain brown robes and the shaved head and stuff, and he's like firing orders off the bar.
With a 22, do I notice anything else of interest?
You notice that the people coming in, especially from that glimpse you had caught of the desert town with the tall tower and stuff, two people walk in from there, and you see they are dressed in glittering finery, and that they have hair made of living water.
They have hair.
I pointed them and I just like them. That's all I do.
I'm gonna go into the exit line.
Exit line? Okay, yeah, you line up behind them. There's 4 or 5 groups in front of you guys that are just waiting to get out. The doors open, one of them goes out, and you catch sight of a little, like, town, forest. The doors close again, and there's a slight hum, and a ding, and the next group goes up, and it opens up onto a little kind of mountain town, looking down into a valley, and these people walk out, close, commenting over and over again for a couple of things. And no one else want to do anything.
Kizza, put me down.
I was about to say, what do you say? And I'm like, wait, I don't want to be like Baz. Because it kind of just shrugs.
Tabik, okay?
Okay.
You look like you're freaking out. You okay?
Kizza puts you down and says, "Go nuts, kid."
Thank you.
You should.
And I walk over to those people.
Suggestion?
Okay.
Either check out the people who came in from the other place or leave.
So
I kind of want to just take a look around again, but if I get a shit roll, I'm not going to notice anything.
So, let me explain the layout of this place. There's a large balcony that wraps around like top level with the doors and stuff that keep opening up from the walls. On the left-hand side are the large kind of exit doors, and leading down from that is a large staircase that leads into this lower area with all the tables and everything. The two people you had seen with the like watery hair are currently making their way down the stairs towards the bar.
I follow them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with whoever's following them.
Okay, so Tabik and Charlotte, you guys make your way after these two people. They find a seat at the bar, and they each kind of order from this monk-looking dude, and they begin to sip on their drinks.
I'm just the only one leaving, apparently.
Apparently.
Hi, guys. I'm being responsible and going back home.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
I'm gonna take a nice bath.
Tabik's freaking out again.
I'm just thinking.
What's going on, dude?
I don't know what Tabitha would want to do.
I mean, I would kind of say that Shin wants to, like... Shin just likes to be aware of his surroundings, that's the problem.
You can try look around again.
Try.
Yeah, you can look around and see what you can see. Like, that was just for them to look if they could see from the doors and stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and roll perception if you want to just kind of look around.
Sure.
And while he's doing that, can I do an investigation check on the two people before I actually go up to them?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm doing that too.
What are you looking for?
I'm just...
See if they're like Tabitha.
Oh.
Okay, so you're gonna roll an investigation, Tabik, and you just want to kind of look at them?
I just want to see
Yes.
if there's anything...
I'm just rolling perception again?
Yeah, perception.
Anything that would...
Set off Charlotte's radar?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
I don't know. Is that an investigation?
Yeah, we'll make that
Okay,
investigation.
that's a 19 then.
With modifiers, it's a 22. Without, it's a 19.
22, awesome. Okay. So looking over, you see there is a conglomeration of, like, there's so many different people here. Like, there are dwarves gathered in one corner of this thing. They're having a rowdy drink together and, like,
I'm
singing
getting out
songs.
of that line so fast.
There is a section where a couple of metallic dragonborn are drinking around one table, and a large group of, like, what are they called?
People?
Chromatic dragons.
Oh, okay.
Dragonborn are sitting around another table. There is a section with a couple of, like, different human tables, a couple of elves in between, and they're all types of different humans, right? Like, you get the red-headed, kind of fair-skinned humans you find a lot in Mir and Somerset. You get some darker-skinned humans with the kind of, like, rough, dark beards from Nazar and all over the place. There is a small table with two gnomes and a halfling man sitting across from a large kind of broad figure in a silver cloak with the hood drawn. They're just kind of chatting away. And there are a selection of 4 or 5 of these monk characters kind of wandering in and out, delivering food and drinks to people.
Baz is running for the dwarves.
Can I get a perception
running?
check?
Yeah. you
Or,
put
sorry,
some-
what is your passive perception?
For everyone?
Passive perception?
What does that mean?
Just,
Passive
it's on the
perception.
bottom.
10.
10.
10? Okay. You notice that one of the dwarves looks familiar.
I pause. Can I roll to see if I know who it is?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man, I'm going. Ah! Okay.
Okay.
What am I rolling that? Perception?
History.
I got 3 history.
13.
13.
This was the man that ran the local armory in Yakin. And he has the classical Yakin poncho on. And now that you are actually looking, you see that there's a selection about 5 or 6 of these dwarves with these ponchos on.
Ditto's just going, my people!
No, it's bad.
He's
It's
so
really
scared.
bad. That's really
Okay.
bad. I don't know what to do.
He's going, my people!
Are you okay?
Oh no.
I think Shin's
can't-
just glad he didn't see any drow.
Wait, can I get close to them? Can I get close to them?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but like, can I get close to them or will I explode?
Oh no, you can. Yeah, definitely. No.
Will
They're
I explode?
distracted and stuff. You're fine though. Like there's a slight tingling, and you get as close as you're comfortable with, but you're like within distance, so you can clearly make them out. It's a
Hey,
door.
Ghost.
Ditto.
Can I hear their conversation? Or am I too far away?
Roll me a perception check.
It's 8.
Was that a 1? Or
No,
was
it's an
it-
8.
Okay.
It was a 7.
Okay.
I can't tell.
You can't quite make out what they're hearing, what they're talking about and stuff. But you hear something about stock market crashing. Like you hear something vaguely that sounds like they're talking business. But they're obviously having a night out.
Can I get closer or as close as I
Oh.
can get?
You get a little bit closer, and the tingling starts to.
Mm.
It turns from like pins and needles to kind of like pinpricks.
Okay, can I see what they're talking about now?
Yeah, try it.
Ow, I'm so nervous I'm dropping things.
Yeah, you've already dropped it twice.
Well, Ditto does that.
Just out of curiosity, with my 22, did I notice the walls or no?
You did notice that the walls are opening up. You don't see many of the things. You do see a entrance that opens up.
Mhm.
So
And
exciting,
you
I'm
see
so
into a
nervous.
dark cavern that overlooks
Okay.
kind of like a little town inside the mountains. And you see 2 more poncho-wearing dwarves walk in. And the walls close up. And then you
Oh my
see
gosh.
a door open up in one of the walls on the far side, on the opposite side from the actual door. And you see in walks a tall woman. And she has long, kind of curly blonde hair. And she's wearing a silver cloak around her shoulders. And she begins to make for the staircase.
I rolled a
Well,
seven.
shit, should I roll if I'm attracted again? It's another female that's walking in looking. I don't think I see her though.
Nope. You guys are... What are you doing, Kizza? Because they're Tabak and
I don't know.
Charlotte
I
are
left
trailing
for
these...
5 seconds
water-
to check my phone and I came back and you guys are all like, who are these people?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in this place.
I guess I'll
Ooh, I have a recommendation.
hit me with it.
Go talk to either the people with the dark skin, because I don't know, they sound interesting, or the gnomes and the halfling and the guy in the dark cloak.
Silver cloak.
Silver cloak.
Not
Silver
dark.
cloak.
Yep.
Silver cloak.
Can I look around before I choose what I'm doing?
Sure.
Do I have to roll?
Yeah, are you looking for anything specific or just kind of peering around?
I want to see if there's anything recognizable from my past at all.
Roll an investigation, please.
Okay, that is. Oh, I always forget. Okay.
We're going to probably have to finish up here.
15.
Yes.
It's like 4:42.
15? Okay, you notice, of course, the table of dragonborns in the one corner and stuff. They look like they're enjoying their own food and stuff. There's a little bit of a tenseness, like they're not quite comfortable, but they're not gonna start a fight or anything in here. You do notice that one of these dragonborn is a deep, deep gold. Like, friggin' one of these metallic dragonborn. He's got a couple of copper dragonborn with him, but there is one who is just a, like, vibrant gold color. And you guys see these people, and we will catch up with you next time.
No, darn it.
Okay.
Except for Baz, you know what? We can do that little hearing test because I did get you to roll. Well, what'd you get for
Can
perception?
I roll again?
You know what? I'll allow it.
Come on, I love you so much. I love you.
Ah.
I got the exact. It's 8 again.
Okay. You know what? You can roll with advantage because you did move closer, so you would be able to hear it
That's
better.
like double advantage. Oh my god.
Hey.
It's doing worse. Yeah, no.
Now that you're closer, you can hear they are talking about business, and you hear something about the new manager,
SpongeBob.
and you hear them say something about a new manager, and you hear about a new shipment,
Oh no.
and that's all you can quite catch.
Okay, well then, if we're stopping now, then I won't do anything.
Yes.
I was gonna
So,
move slightly closer, but
So,
we'll do that for next
plan
time.
what you guys are gonna do, and we will get back to this next weekend. Hopefully.
Oh!
Oh wait, quick before we end, how close are the dwarves with the ponchos coming, like to me, like the ones coming who just came in?
They are making their way around the balcony still, so they'll have to go down the stairs, and you came right at the exit line down the stairs. They'll have to go around you to get to them. They'll have to pass you. So you can move out of the way, or you cannot.
Thank you for telling me. Heads up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so that will conclude...
Sorry, I fell.
That will conclude our game for this weekend.
Okay, before we end though, can I do my entire scene?
Your entire scene?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, actually?
Sure.
Okay.
We've got 15 minutes, so let's do this quick. If you want to do this.
I mean, I was kind of joking, but hey, if you've got time.
I mean, it's less if I have time and if you're emotionally ready.
If I'm emotionally ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Tavik. Are you emotionally ready?
I don't know what he would do.
Okay.
But I want to do one thing.
Mhm.
Can I look around the tavern for more genocide?
Sure. You know what? You make this roll. We're not gonna do your scene because I do wanna save that for next time because there's something I want to get done before
Okay.
then.
Okay, I just want to know this before next.
Go ahead. Roll an investigation.
My sheet go. Perception, I'm guessing, or
Investigation because you're looking specifically for something.
17.
17? There are no genasi in this building.
But there are those people with the watery hair, and that's it.
You notice the people with the watery hair and stuff, and at first you had this feeling that they might have been, but upon closer inspection, it's not quite the same. They don't bear the markings and stuff, but they do not look like human. They don't look like any race you've met before. But you can tell they are not genasi, whatever they are.
Okay. Because I was freaking out, because Tavik, yeah.
I don't like this place. Can we leave? I should have left.
Okay, I'm good. I'm not gonna panic anymore. That's fine.
Wonderful. Okay. Anything else, or are we good to go, guys?
Well, who's closest to Baz? Like,
I mean, I think we're good to go. I mean, I kind of want to see if Shin can see the walls again, but, like, I want to do that with my dice, because I don't like your dice.
They
You
rolled
chose
good
them.
once.
I rolled good once with your dice, and then the rest were
Okay,
shit.
let's get the stream off then.
Goodbye!
Alright.
Thanks
See
for
ya.
tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.
Okay.